Hi here, Volleyball 101. I'm doing a quick review for a player that wants to play beach more seriously. Ola on the right, that's the team closest to us. It's a service I'm helping with a little bit more. I'm helping some higher level players, pro players and such that are trying to play AVP and FIVB. So I've seen only a little bit of this video, so I don't have a lot of things planned that I want to say, but I think it'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll be able to find a lot of good stuff. So let's watch. Okay, so for me, that's textbook. What I really like there is that the passer passed the ball from the middle, so they ran the ball middle. If you pass middle, we should be running middle in front of your right leg, and then she set the ball up and down through the middle, and that created this shot and an easy line shot. It also looks like the wind is offshore right now, and in my opinion, on an offshore wind, you should be working so that basically the wind is coming from this side here. My wind diagram. So ideally, what you want to be trying to do is fight the ball back into this part of the court over here. And on women's volleyball, I think as a whole, women don't move effectively laterally as men. So I find where possible, try and run the ball through the middle and force the defender to play one side or another. So they have to play right or left. So in my opinion, this play was absolutely perfect. Let me just back up there just a little bit. Look, perfectly run through the middle of the court. The ball was passed and set up and came straight down on her shoulder, and she basically had everything. And she didn't give it away early too. And this is also a good opportunity to maybe do like a Steiner. So great, perfect play, guys. I think that shot can go down on anyone. You know, you could be as a woman playing against Kerry and April, and you can do that shot because you force them to have to protect one side of the court or the other. And, you know, a lot of the block gets taken out when you're playing a game like that through the middle. Okay, bad luck, miss first play. Okay, so I like this too. Okay, notice the set is a little bit, I wouldn't mind maybe just a little bit. Actually, that's not bad. Everything's good. I like the up and down of the set, up against a small block, bouncing it. That's good. So the wind's coming offshore, so she should be serving down this left line here. Yep, right there. That's a perfect spot. That's a good serve. Why I want to be serving in this location, obviously, is because now when the setter sets the ball to the goal with the orange bottoms, basically it's going to drop on her inside shoulder. Okay, let me just remove that. Okay. Okay. I like this blocking move. I like her footwork. Notice she's coming from the middle of the court and the blocker's left foot is off the net. Okay, I really like that because it's easy to pull line in that situation with that left foot off the net like this. Obviously, the ball's going to be tight. So she's going to step onto her left foot. Oh, and she just missed it. Oh, bad luck. Nothing really wrong with that, in my opinion. So Ola, I'm not a big fan of this footwork here. So you can see how you got both your feet standing on the net. Okay, it's a bad pass. So what I would actually prefer in this situation is either have your left or your right foot off the net. Now, obviously, this is a bad pass. So as it's a bad pass, I would take another maybe 2 feet stepping back with my hips open so it's easy for me to pull. And then depending on where the ball is on the net, I'd either have my left or right foot back. Okay, look at how long it took for you to get your foot back. Now remember, the reason I want to do that is it's very easy to go onto the net, but it's difficult to pull off the net. So if you were right now just back a little bit further with your right step open, it'd be a really easy pull for you, or even your left step. So I think in this situation, based upon where the ball was coming from, I would almost probably be coming straight through the middle and have my left step. So it'd be an easy pull back into the thing. But because you started with both your feet on the net, you have to do this extra footwork. See it? You see how you have to step back to open up your hips. So right now you're late. Also because you didn't start 2 feet off the net, you're late at 2 because you weren't ready to move back. So as soon as there's a bad pass, what you should do is like take a little step back and be ready to move back already. Okay, then look at your hips on contact. Because you were late, her first shot, if I'm a hitter on this side, is I want to hit back into the wind, into this part of the court. Okay, and look, your hips and stuff are closed off to that. Easy shot, you don't stand a chance. So, yeah, that's just bad technique by you, Ollie. We got to fix that. We can fix that in one session. Super easy. Nice set. Okay. I think on this you shouldn't be going so far out. I think you should be prepared to come straight in. I think you made a mistake going out, especially because the wind's coming offshore. You know this ball's going to die on her and die on you. Also from here, it's very easy to take a ball on from the line. So it's very easy to move from there to there. But coming inside like you chose, okay, look where you're coming from. What's going to tend to happen with the wind blowing is that ball is going to die inside your right shoulder over here. Okay, so, and that's exactly what happened here. That's a perfect set. Died inside your shoulder. Look where it's look where you're taking it relative to your body, and you just made a bad shot. Okay, but I think if you had basically come in more straight on that, it would have been on your right shoulder. Also, you would have been able to shape the players' minds a little bit more. Plus, you're playing into your power shot. So your power shot right now, your first hit should be around here, back into that wind. Okay. So for me, I just think that's just, again, a technique error where you made it wrong. So when you're coming in like that, don't go big, broad outside. Come straight in a straight line. It's not indoor. We can work on that too. I thought the pass was good. The set was good. I thought you were in system there. So I thought that was all very good. Okay, so that should be run through the middle. Oh, got lucky. Okay, I'm not sure what you're communicating there, but that was not a bad pass. That ball should be up and down in the middle. She should just put that straight up and down on front of her. That's not a bad pass in my opinion. Well, why aren't you jump serving on this? So I don't care if it's a jump float serve, jump standing serve. You know, you go back to that study, you got to put pressure on them. Men's volleyball, 3 worst things you can do in men's volleyball is miss your serve, lollipop serve, semi-lollipop serve. So Not only did you do a lollipop serve, in my opinion, but it went out. So it's like, go for that serve. If you guys are going to be competitive at the international level, even on the AVP level, you guys are going to have to serve tough. So you got to work on that every single day in practice or in matches. A topspin serve where they do a 2-point pass is kind of what we're aiming for. Wow, a lot of missed serves. Again, Ola, look at your feet. So your feet should be hips open. We'll work on that. Okay, you're coming through the middle of the court right now, and you've got your left foot back. In this situation, you should have your right foot back because you're heading towards the line. So the way you're moving, you're going to pull straight back into the middle of the court. By having your right foot open and your other hips open to the ocean, what's going to happen is you're going to pull a little bit more this way, plus you're going to cover her main shot, which is into the wind basically here. So we got to change your footwork on this. You see how your hips are open and you aren't ready. She hit it down the seam. But again, I think that was like just bad blocking technique. So I think it's easier to go forward. So in those situations, you can go back just the 2-3 steps if you're not sure of the set. If it's tight, then go on. But I think there's some technique stuff that we have to fix on your blocking while you're waiting and how you're pulling. Let's look at that. Looks like I rewinded it just a little too far. We're going to get another look at your hips. Again, not a great serve. That serve is terrible, in my opinion. You guys are never going to be any good unless if you guys are serving lollipops like that. You guys have to get a better serve in. So for me in that serve, it just looks like you had a vision problem. Your technique looked pretty good, and it looks like you had a vision problem with that, and you didn't drop your left shoulder, so you didn't see that ball continue to float out. So yeah, I would be focused on what you're looking at on the ball. From that situation, I think it's basically, did you see the line correctly of the ball traveling, and then create a good angle, and then are you looking at the bottom of the ball? So I think your finish and everything is pretty good. Now, what's interesting for me on this is, she's kind of running. You didn't have much of a chance. Just unlucky. Okay, so you guys switch sides. Gave her the more difficult side. That's great. It worked. Also, it's interesting, I just realized on that last two serves that you guys both missed, you guys are serving through the middle, which is the wrong place to serve them from that side. You guys should be aiming for these lines. So on this, when you're serving into the wind, you want to be aiming for this line area here on service, and this area here on service, more so than not. Because basically what's going to happen is when the person passes it, if they pass it anywhere here near the middle, they're most probably still going to get a set outside. And often what will happen is that ball's going to die on their inside shoulder. And that makes it very, very difficult to hit back to this line area. So I don't know if you guys had that strategy even ready to go. Not a bad block. I like that she didn't give it away. She took a lot of court. I like that. Everything looked pretty decent to that. Although make sure you and I chat about Hicks' law as it relates to the Udall loop and my conversation with St. John Smith the other day. Now, I like that serve because now look at the way that serve forces her. Now she has to run all the way back. Okay, yeah. But I prefer that serve over what you guys were doing because it's forcing them down the line. Again, hips are wrong, Ola. You know what I'm talking about now. Boom. So I'd be trying to hit her right side of that passer. Ollie. Yeah, you guys gotta dig that ball. It's a free ball. I like the jump float serve, and you guys got aced. So right now, I think the biggest difference is they're serving a little bit more aggressively. That's a nice jump float serve on the side that you guys are both standing float serves. So we got to get a more aggressive serve from that side. Look where they're serving that ball. They're serving it down the line, pushing you in a pressure situation. Ola, you got to give her something to hit on that. You can't be pushing that ball over. That's a hittable ball. Give her something nice and high in the middle and let her try and do something. She can try chop it back into that line wind. Don't give them a free ball like that.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
You're ready.
Okay, we're at 20 minutes, so when I wrap this up, I'll try and continue in a second. See more videos, go to Volleyball 101. I'll try and shoot some videos on this for you guys that are just watching this for the first time. I'll try and shoot a video with Ola on this technique in terms of pulling off correctly. And then do a little bit more video in terms of some stuff around the wind. I think I've seen some stuff with Stein Metzger that I've done on Volleyball 101 on this subject. Okay. See this? Got to take that line in that play. Okay, talk to you guys in a soon. See more videos, go to volleyball101.com.